The first question says, determine the intervals for which the function is A, increasing, B, decreasing, and C, constant. So what we want to do is take a look at this picture. I want to trace the graph. I'm going to trace the graph moving from left to right. So we start at the furthest left, moving to the right, and trace the graph. As we trace the graph, what we should be thinking about is what is happening to the y values. So looking at the big picture here, starting the leftmost point, tracing, we're asking ourselves what's happening to the y values as we trace along this section. And we can see that the y values are increasing. Then we're going to get to this turning point, and the y values are now decreasing. And then we're going to get to this turning point, and now the y values are increasing again when we get to this stopping point. So we've now kind of found the sections of increasing, decreasing, and constant. So I'm going to label those. We have increasing on this section, decreasing on this section, and then increasing on this section. And we notice that at those turning points, that's where things changed. So now that we kind of know the big picture of where the increasing, decreasing are, we need to be able to write our answer using interval notation. So we're going to use the x values to say where the function is increasing, decreasing, and constant. The words increasing, decreasing, and constant are describing the y. The where part is the x. We use our x-axis as sort of our map or our directions for where to look on the graph. So I'm going to bring my ruler over here. And for this section that we said was increasing, I want to see where this section starts and stops. So because of that arrow down there, we know that that piece of the graph continues on forever. So this section starts at negative infinity and goes all the way until the x-coordinate on that turning point, which is negative 11. So we can say that this function is increasing from negative infinity to negative 11. And then we also have another increasing section which starts at this turning point. So that starts at an x-coordinate of 11 and goes until this x-coordinate of 18. So also from 11 to 18. And we're going to use parentheses, and we're going to separate our answer with a comma. So we also have a section that is decreasing. That decreasing section starts at this turning point, so that's starting at the x-coordinate of negative 11, and it continues decreasing until this other turning point, which is an x value of 11. So from negative 11 to positive 11, the function is decreasing. And for the last part, part C here, since there are no intervals where the function is constant, we will say no solution for that part.